Hey guys, Todd Anderson back here today with another playtest video alongside Braun-Duin. Today we're going to be playing an interesting matchup. Jund is a deck that's been doing very well in both live tournaments and on Magic Online lately, which is why we play it probably in like every other playtest video. We really want to try it out against a lot of the format's different like variety of decks, both aggro, control, and even sometimes combo, just depending on how you classify Reanimator. But today we're going to go over the deck I'm playing, which is Jund, and it's based on a list from Magic Online that's been going 4-0 in multiple dailies over the past week, and we're going to take a look at that real quick. If we take a look at the creatures, it's your standard creature suite. We have 4 Huntmaster of the Fell, 4 Thragtusk, which can gain a ton of life and also generate extra threats, so you're never going to get 1-for-1 out of the game. 3 Olivia Voldaren, which can dominate any green-based creature deck. If they don't have a piece of removal, you can just start killing everything or taking all of their creatures and killing them with their own guys. The fact that she flies is also pretty huge because not a lot of creatures in the format fly, so you have an advantage to be able to like swing over the air, kill planeswalkers, etc. Very awesome card. We have 3 Rakdos Keyrune, which are awesome because they both accelerate and they can attack, and they also block Thragtusk very well, which is important in a lot of the mid-range matchups. We also have 2 Garruk Primal Hunter and a Vraska as additional mid-game threats that can also draw cards or destroy problematic permanents. But we have a second Vraska on the board, which we'll get to in a moment. We also have 2 Rakdos Return for big game disruption. If you cast like Farseek into Rakdos Keyrune and then cast Rakdos Return on turn 4, a lot of times you can just strip most of their hand. It's a very awesome card when your deck is a lot of 1-for-1 type removal spells and then you can sweep away their hand. It's pretty awesome. You also get to eliminate answers from their hand for cards like Olivia, Thragtusk, and Planeswalkers. So, the 4 Farseek combine very well with the Rakdos Keyrune to accelerate you into your 4 and 5 drops. 4 Pillar Flame is a nod to aggro. Honestly, I don't think the card is as good right now as it was when the format first began, but you still kind of need it. And sometimes you can just burn your opponent out with it. So, we have 2 Sever the Bloodlines and a 3rd in the board. This card's awesome against Entreat the Angels, as well as a variety of other things in the format, such as like Geralt's Messenger and annoying creatures that you need to exile. 3 Dreadbore, awesome spot removal spell that doubles as an answer to Planeswalkers. And 3 Bonfire the Damned, which are almost interchangeable with Mizzium Mortars, but I like Bonfire because it can kill Planeswalkers. And whenever you Miracle it, a lot of times against like a mid-range or an aggro deck, it's just very hard for them to come back into the game. And if you have any pressure on board, it just clears the way for your Thragtusk and Huntmasters. The mana base is pretty simple. We have all the dual lands possible, 2 Kessig Wolfrun, and 3 basics. And the basics are just because we just don't have enough dual lands to play. But honestly, you know, we could substitute these for more utility lands, such as like another Kessig Wolfrun and something else. But I like having the colors because we don't ever want to get color screwed. All right, well, that's the main deck. We're going to cut to the sideboard and take a look at that real quick. So in the sideboard, we have a couple extra removal spells and a couple more disruptive elements for various decks. We have a pair of Tribute to Hunger, which is really great against the Geist Saint Traff decks. Since you kill most of their other creatures, an Edict effect is exactly what you need to be able to deal with that. We have a 4th Dreadbore that can come in against things like White Weenie, or decks with just a lot of Planeswalkers, because you have a lot of dead removal spells in your deck like Pillar of Flame, so you can side those out for more copies of Dreadbore, which is a hard removal spell. We have 2 Golgari Charms, which are great against blue-eyed control because they can kill Detention Sphere, Oblivion Ring, but they also can regenerate from Supreme Verdict, which is one of their ways to help stabilize against you when you have cards like Huntmaster of the Fells. But Golgari Charm can also be very good against any token-based deck as well, killing their Anthem effects as well as killing their Lingering Souls tokens. A pair of Underworld Connections are great against control, just help you gain card advantage, and since you have so much life gain, the pay 1 life is usually irrelevant. 3 Slaughter Games, which are great against Reanimator because you can name Angel of Serenity, but it's also great against decks with Entreat the Angels because that's usually their primary win condition. Or if you can figure out like a card in their hand that would be kind of annoying against you, just like even opposing Thragtusks, you can name Slaughter Games on Thragtusk and then take out their primary way to stabilize in the matchup. We have 3 Deathrite Shaman against Reanimator. They can also come in very grindy matchups where you need to gain life, and occasionally just like Grim Lavamancer them out of the game. We have a 3rd Sever the Bloodline against decks where you need to exile creatures as opposed to just destroy them, as well as decks that generate a lot of tokens like Lingering Souls, Tower Invocation, and Treat the Angels. And then we have a 2nd Vraska, which can come in against control decks or just slower decks in general, and take out permanents that would be pretty hard to deal with otherwise. All right, guys. Well, that's the Jund deck, and we'll be right back with the playtest videos. Thanks for watching.